Hi all, it's Rach from Spiritual and Angelic Guidance. I'm here to do a reading for Capricorn. Now this will be for the 22nd to the 28th of November 2021. If you've seen my readings before, welcome back. Thanks for the support. If you haven't, welcome to my channel. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget, it's a general reading. It is not going to suit every single person out there. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, time can be fluid, energy can be vice versa, so keep that in mind. Okay. Capricorn. 22nd to the 28th. What have you got going on? One. Okay. Okay. So, right, you've got a few. I don't think this is anything unusual, but okay. You've got a couple of the same suit for King and Queens that I want to point out first. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is actually your card, and you've got the King. Now it's in reverse. Both of them are in reverse, meaning you could be a karmic or you both have things to still learn. But it could mean that, you either need to work on your financial independence, focus on your material, goods, that kind of thing, or it could mean that somebody's a player and you probably need to look after yourself, focus on yourself for now. Either or. Now, yeah, I mean, there's been definitely conflicts due to varying opinions. You really need to stand up for yourself, and unless it's worth your time, walk away. Now, I feel like somebody could have some sort of addiction, and you need to detach from somebody that is either toxic or, has these addictions of some kind. But I feel like whatever they're doing, it's like they are being dishonest and not taking accountability for their actions. Definitely needing to make a choice. And I feel like it's going to affect your, happy ever after. So I feel like it's in your love life as well. You could feel like this person could be your person, but you need to move on and leave the past behind. Both of you, one of you, either of you. Now, I feel like you needing to learn from whatever hasn't worked in the past, and maybe make some progress with what you've learned. Also, I feel like somebody could have really been just too self-focused, and maybe it was the person that was doing the wrong thing. But work on your self-worth. I feel like you're probably codependent. You like to have somebody so you're not alone, but I feel like work on your self-love, work on your self-care, because I feel like you're very needy. And by you, I mean you or your person. But there is some sort of passionate relationship that you're definitely resisting letting go of. It could have had some sort of breakup, or it came after some sort of breakup. But I feel like you're definitely, you know, thinking back, you're having a bit of nostalgia. It could also be somebody you knew in the past, possibly for some of you, but I feel like it's more you're just thinking back. You keep focusing on the negative, and you need to let that go. You need to focus on the other opportunities that are available, and know that everything happens for a reason. Forgive as well. There's always a hidden blessing. But it made you feel very down. It just looked like this person, you might have thought they were like Prince Charming, but really they were a fraud or a liar. I feel like you're making personal goals, and you might have some inner conflict. You might fear the unknown after having this situation, but I feel like you are going to have success in whatever you do. I feel like you've just got to, you fear the unknown, but make some personal goals. And watch how you spend your money. I feel like you've got extremes where you're either giving a lot or you're hoarding a lot, like kind of like saving a lot. There's no bit of both. But you do want long-term security, so you are resisting this change. You're kind of at a standstill, being stubborn for some of you as well. Maybe even and it doesn't even have to be about money. It can be that you're being stubborn about letting go of something that you should. So there will be an end of a situation. It might bring sadness. It could bring relief, any of them or all of them. It can also mean that somebody gives up an addiction, or that it's a weight off your shoulders. Now, on the table, you also have two cards that are like a divine counterpart. You've got the Queen of Swords and you've got the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is in reverse. So the person that's most like the King of Swords is needing to do some work on themselves, or it could just mean that you are a karmic pair. Now, the Queen of Swords is somebody who's very, cutthroat when it comes to people that don't serve them. They're very blunt. They, are self-sufficient. They're independent. They have clear boundaries. They're direct with their communication, honest, that kind of situation. And that could describe you or the other person. And I feel like, maybe we'll start with that one first. I mean, I'll talk about the King quickly, but the King of Swords is in reverse here. So they're the ones that have to generally work on themselves because it's in reverse. And the King of Swords in reverse is somebody who could be very manipulating or controlling. They're very cruel, even with their communication. They don't have a healthy manner of communication. But yeah, I just feel like they even misuse their power. Maybe they ghost people. Whatever this situation is, I just feel like you kind of need to work on yourself if you're more like the King. Okay, so we'll start with the Queen of Swords. So as I said, it's about releasing things that aren't for your highest good anymore. Tell me more. There's definite choices that you need to make, or this Queen of Swords needs to make. And I feel like they're making the choice, and if they are very cutthroat, they'll make the decision, and then, the decision sticks, kind of that kind of situation. There isn't some sort of firm foundation. And I feel like it could have been a one-sided situation or one-sided relationship. It can also be that you're recovering from some sort of loss as well. But you've definitely got some choices. You're feeling down, and I feel like you're also not really feeling very optimistic. And, you know, there was a situation where you had to make a choice. It could have been about saving money. It can mean, you know, it could be about ending some sort of situation, because you've got the Ten of Swords. You're trying, and it's in reverse. You're trying to resist some sort of ending. And you've got the Three of Pentacles. So you have the 2, now you got the 3, which is progress. Very slow, but progress. Like, this is realizing that you need to work together as a team with somebody. It's about learning. It's about recognizing, you know, material gain as well. And I feel like you're realizing a lot and recognizing a lot, learning a lot about what you do and don't want, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not. It's telling me for you to keep the faith, though, because miracles can happen. You can wish upon a star. You can manifest things you want. So, but I feel like you definitely, you know, was resisting some sort of ending. But it can also be about you recovering from some sort of ending as well. Now, you've got the 5 again, 5 of Pentacles. It's like left out in the cold. This is like you feeling like a victim. You're feeling rejected. It could mean that you have this financial loss of some kind. But yeah, you feel like you were left in the cold. Comes back to you focusing on your self-worth. You need to do that. Too many. It's like 6 cards right there. You could have seen this person, or you see this person as your kindred spirit, your, you know, love of your life. You know, have this connection. And I feel like, you know, you could have at one point been very passionate with this person. You know, I feel like I feel like you're in love with this person. Or this is a new love come in that you feel like after you were rejected, or after you were left out in the cold, you're focusing on yourself, and then you possibly are going to have a new love come in, or yeah, new love. Someone that you see as could be your person. As much as you weren't looking to kind of be a free spirit and you know, but I feel like something's destined to have happened. It's funny, you had the Queen of Cups before, and you've got the King of Cups once again, both in reverse. So I feel like you definitely need to, it could have been a karmic, it could have been a situation where you thought they were your twin flame or your person, but they turned out not to be. Just trying to find that Queen. So yeah, it could have been something you just needed to learn from. This person could have been violent, crafty, moody, emotionally manipulative as well. But they were juggling priorities, juggling people, juggling addictions, juggling things. Now, you've got the Queen of Swords in reverse, and you've got the Queen of Swords upright. So I feel like with the Queen of Swords in reverse, this is like someone who's cold-hearted, deceitful, sly, doesn't have boundaries, isn't self-sufficient and independent. Like, they're, you know, I just feel like you were left out in the cold by this person. Now, I see this as you were left out in the cold and you need to work on your own self-worth. You thought this was your person, and at some point, as I said, you were very passionate. You saw this person as, you thought this person was your person. but they weren't. And you needed to, you've learned to put your boundaries up. I feel like having gone through this situation, they could have been, somewhat deceitful, or they could have been sly, doing something, they shouldn't have been, or whatever, controlling, any of those things. But with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like, you wanted this situation to be perfect, and maybe you saw it as perfect, but I feel like you now need to learn from that. From whatever happened, I feel like you just need to learn from it. And also now live your own life as well. Now, as I said, you've got the King of Swords in reverse. So yeah, somebody is either manipulating, controlling, cruel. But once again, you are needing to learn from that. You've got the Eight of Pentacles again. So you've got the Eight of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. Oops. And now possibly you're focusing on your own career now too. You didn't want to make a decision, but there were definitely, or it was somebody couldn't, they were overwhelmed by their choices. It left somebody feeling exhausted and burnt out. You really need to take some time by yourself, even doing meditation, that kind of thing. And stop doubting yourself. I mean, that comes back to your own self-worth too. You could have blamed yourself, that kind of thing. But in the end, someone, couldn't make a choice or had to make a choice. But yeah, there were definitely obstacles, like I said. Conflict, disagreements, all those sort of things. Maybe you had differing opinions. But you need to have these personal goals that I spoke about before. You need to, you feared the unknown, but I feel like you planted the seeds and now you got to wait for them to grow. And unfortunately, things are going to take time. It's all about having patience. It's a bit of a waiting game. Yeah, this could have been, or they felt like a burden, or you saw the situation as a burden. You felt like you were doing everything and putting in all the hard work. And yeah, I just feel like there could have been a lack of passion as well. There could have been jealousy, suspicion, frustration, arguments, scattered energy. Maybe somebody was, had addictions and they were focusing on that as well. But yeah, I just feel like, now you need to work on manifesting what it is you do want. If you've learned from this situation, I feel like you had to transform though. There was a tower moment that had to happen, because if you don't want to get rid of something, the universe generally steps in, and it's like you also need to transform. I mean, the Tower card's all about helping us to transform who we are meant to be. And something happened sudden that changed everything. So now you've got to work on yourself and, pay attention to your intuition, as I said, with the moon. And, the situation, I feel like when I said they couldn't choose wisely or they were overwhelmed by their choices, I just feel like somebody, like it was uncertain. I don't feel like this was a choice. I don't feel like this was for sure. There was some sort of decision that, as I said, happened quickly. And I feel like it was some revelation, something to release you or something like that. But I feel like whatever it is, it happened quickly, and there could have been deceit, there could have been secrets, there could have been, insecurity, deception, all of these things. Could have been fear, anxiety, all of these things. So I feel like you need to transform, listen to your intuition, let go of your fears, I feel like if someone had taken action, they could have been successful. But instead they were manifesting to not have success because they were too focused on what went wrong more so than what was going right. Which I mean, it's hard to do, I know. They could have felt like they had lack of direction, or you feel like you had lack of direction. So make sure you're manifesting what you want, not what you don't want. Somebody could have also been manipulating. But this was a lost opportunity. They could have had financial loss. Yeah. Maybe, as I said, there was a lack of plan. I just feel like something happened quickly and I don't feel like it was planned. They felt stuck. But there was a lot of choices. But there was dishonesty. Yeah. And they had to lie about it. Okay. I still don't feel like you have all the facts though. I do feel like for some of you, I don't feel like some of you felt attracted, or you didn't think they found you attractive, something like that, because there was a lack of effort made. For some of you, it didn't ascend to a higher level of commitment. For some it did, for some it didn't. You feel like you had some sort of happy family together, but you possibly didn't see the deceit. But there was some sort of plan made, but I feel like there wasn't a set time or a set date or there wasn't actual details. Yeah, somebody needed to speak their truth. They needed to say how they're feeling. They needed to express that. Be honest. Yeah, there's that strategy again. They could have kept a journal for some of you. Yeah. So there was some sort of like, not envy, but some sort of like, they attracted more and they kept manifesting more because, they put out that I would like to be, maybe they had an issue that stopped them doing a lot, or they had an injury, or they had health concerns, or they had something that stopped them doing something, and then they felt like they had a lack of, and then they put that out there to the universe and they were getting more of it. And it was definitely about something to do with you and your person. I'm hearing you tried to help though. You don't really know why. As I said, I feel like you don't have all the questions. You don't have all the answers, I mean. Somebody needed to take a break. They felt exhausted. They felt burnt out. They felt like they couldn't do this anymore. I'm hearing, yeah, lack of inner peace. Look. This is kind of morbid. I feel like somebody could have possibly died in their sleep. Like maybe they, you know, went to sleep and never woke up. Yeah, let me just have a look. 50. Funny, the saying that I mentioned the other day with one of the readings was, if you keep doing what you have always done, you'll get what you've always got. And that's exactly what this card is. And, you know, maybe someone feels like there was no place like home. Maybe they didn't feel like they fit in. Maybe they, you know, they didn't feel like, yeah, I just feel like they didn't fit in, is what I'm hearing. But there's definitely unanswered questions. You do need to heal your repressed emotions, deal with those, deal with your healing. There needs to be balance in a situation as well, like yin and yang, which I feel like there wasn't. But like, get excited about love again, because I feel like if you're after love, you know, it's out there. And I feel like for some of you, you may have already met this person, you may not have, but whatever this is, I feel like something is going to bring you passion. And as I said, even before with this card up here, I feel like you may meet somebody new. That could even be a new beginning. Yeah. Anyway, that is what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that resonates. If it does, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I will catch you with the next read. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.